think you're an 80s fan. Okay, Radio Raheem, can you handle this? It's I Love the 80s, and this is 1989. The flicks,
dude,
the fashions, the trends, the TV, the tunes. A totally awesome year that gave us these burning questions. Was there ever a plot to Baywatch?
I'm watching Baywatch. I'll be out in a second.
Did John Cusack have really strong shoulders?
Boomboxes get heavy. He doesn't care. I'll stand here all night if I have to.
Ooh, baby.
And do the words tough and new kid belong in the same sentence?
They look like bad boys, but they sang like...
The answers to those questions, plus Screech and Trouble in the Trailer Park.
Henry, what are you doing?
Because you love the 80s, because you still dream about Tetris. Admit it. This is 1989. Party on, dudes!
I love the 80s. I love the 80s.
Whoa.
The right stuff.
Hi. You might not know who we are, but we're the New Kids on the Block.
I was a fan of New Kids on the Block, I have to say. I was like, oh my God, they're so cute.
One of them asked me to their prom.
Jordan, Joey, Danny, Donnie, and John. No, don't know them.
The New Kids became popular because of chick appeal.
The New Kids had that combo that teenage girls really crave, which is they look like bad boys, but they sang like...
At 7, I was thinking they're hot. I wasn't really paying attention to if they were talented or not.
Joey was the cutest New Kids.
Jordan was the cutest.
The cutest was John.
And the rest of them were all kind of ugly.
I really like Donnie, the badass one.
My name's Johnny Wahlberg. I'm 19 years old. And for everyone out there who wants to boo, you can kiss this.
I know you're badass. It's just that you weren't representing. Should have been in a metal band, bro.
The New Kids on the Block, Jordan, Joey, Danny, Donnie, and John, are really the father of NSYNC. Joey, Jimmy, Danny, Jake, and Justin. I don't know what the hell their names are.
I was a New Kids fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, you know, they had a lot more girl fans than they had guy fans.
Their fan base seemed to be mostly 12-year-old girls.
Jordan, you have a fan that really loves you out there.
Jordan!
And then a certain amount of middle-aged men.
Kind of hated that kind of music. And remember going, they're getting laid way more than me. And this is twice depressing.
Totally.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Oh, Bill and Ted. It's Excellent Adventures. Loved that movie. So that's Keanu Reeves in there.
I remember a phone booth.
Dudes, you guys are gonna go back in time.
Where a lot of magic took place. I was sort of opposed to the whole sort of phony dude thing.
Dude.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Do you want to go back in time, dude? Sure, that might be great. Right? I mean, that's a lot of fun for everybody.
If I could have gone back in time, I would have wanted to meet Socrates.
How's it going?
And I would have asked him what the deal was with Plato and his fixation with little boys.
One of the biggest actors of our time. Nobody saw it coming.
I am Ted of San Dimas.
Nobody saw it coming.
I wasn't surprised that Keanu went on to better things. I was surprised how it happened, because the devil buys souls at a pretty hefty clip.
Excellent!
Definitely didn't strike you as the type of character who would be in something called Speed one day.
You'll see.
Everything was very laid back.
I was enough of a stoner to know that stoners are actually just very docile and don't actually leave their room.
Now where are we, dude?
Certainly they wouldn't go hurtling backwards and forwards through time. They would find a way to get out of that.
Gentlemen, you're on your own.
It was a cut-loose film.
Yeah. They had an excellent adventure. What can we say about it?
2 thumbs up.
Party on, dudes!
I love 89.
Girl, you know it's true. Ew, ew, ew.
love you. To think that it wasn't them singing Girl You Know It's True. I mean, it breaks one's heart.
When I first saw Milli Vanilli, I went, they suck. Milli Vanilli sucks. And I was wrong. It wasn't them sucking. It was somebody else sucking. They were just pretending to suck.
That voice and that dude, there's something that doesn't mix.
Milli Vanilli had great 80s dance moves. They used to run and jump and kind of touch chest like football players do. And they had the same little move like New Kids on the Block did with their little legs and going from side to side.
We all danced to it, didn't we? You know you did.
I know they lip-sync their songs, but I thought they needed somebody to dance in for them.
Milli Vanilli outfits. Oh, my God. I can remember people being Milli Vanilli for Halloween.
Girls were going crazy over Milli Vanilli until they were like on stage when girl, you know, girl, you know, girl, you know. Girl, you know it's girl, you know it's girl. 80,000 people. Girl, you know it's girl, you know it's girl, you know it's
girl, you know it's true. My college girlfriend was like, loved Milli Vanilli. And we were like, they're not singing that. And she goes, that's just so, you're such an asshole. You just hate everything. She broke up with me for being a sure. But I won the argument.
I laughed my butt off when the record started to skip. I think they were actually using an LP.
Anybody could have been Milli Vanilli. If I tell you, I'll make you millions of dollars, and all the women that you can have, and all the drugs you can have, you would have done it too.
Dope. Introducing Game Boy, plus the outrageous new game, Tetris.
Tetris was a fascinating game because it would just suck you right in.
It was just one of those annoying little things that just got under your skin.
It starts off slow, lulls you in, and then it's like someone throwing bricks at your head out of a building.
This game was so addictive, and it still is.
You would not blink for like half an hour.
I'm sorry. You have another question?
Just watching these blocks fall. And
How? Check that out.
later on, you're still playing it in your head.
And you start having dreams about tiles. You look at a tile floor and you start seeing which patterns can fall.
I fear Tetris still.
If you wanted somebody to run an errand for you, like play him Tetris for 10 minutes, you will get my dry cleaning. It was hypnosis, pocket hypnosis.
Did they really think it was going to be that successful? Like, let's make a game where things drop, and it's a puzzle, and you just got to shift them around. Who would have thought it would be such a craze?
I love 89.
Coming up, the subtext of Baywatch.
The theme of that show is that beauty comes from within.
The heartbreak of Say Anything.
We're not going to have sex, but you can write to me.
Forget about it. And how can people be so mad when there's pizza?
You pizza.
Next on I Love 1989. But first, the makeout songs of 1989.
Ladies and gentlemen, I, Lionel Richie, give you the makeout songs of 1989.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you.
Right There Waiting by Richard Marx. If You Don't Know Me By Now by Simply Red. And Love Song by The Cure. The makeout songs of 1989. Do you feel the love? It's about time.
Makeout song, Babes of 89.
I'm Brett Michaels, and I bring you the Babes of 1989. Winona Ryder, Wavy Babe.
Babes.
Paula Abdul, Straight Up Babe.
Babes.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Saved by the Bell Babe.
Babes.
Claudia Schiffer, Uber Babe.
Babes.
And Barbara Bush, Read My Lips Babe.
Babes.
There you have it, the Babes of 1989, and I ought to know.
Babes of 89. I love 89. you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Everybody sings that one, especially when you're cruising on Saturday night.
I watch Cops because I'm just fascinated how stupid these criminals are.
And you must be stupid.
I think that Cops was the first show where you seen the majority of black people getting arrested.
I could put that show on, and if I was in trouble, I wouldn't feel so bad.
Since I didn't drink more than a fifth of Jack Daniels a day, I didn't beat my wife, and I wasn't selling meth out of my basement, I probably would never get on the show, even if I auditioned.
I like seeing cops, sort of out-of-shape cops running and then having to catch their breath for about half an hour.
And the cop can't make it, so he stops and he radios. 1M12. I lost a suspect in the woods. And you see him glance at the camera, and you know he's thinking, please turn that camera off. Stop, I'll shoot you in the back!
No one ever is to blame.
I don't think people really realize that just because there are cops at your door, you don't have to let them in. Yeah, come on in, with the camera crew.
Family disputes are the funniest things when the guy comes out and he's still yelling, he's bleeding, and he's like, ain't nothing happening here, go away.
The guy's always shirtless and out of shape.
Looking real country, ghettoed in country, which is like a hell of a combination.
And his pants falling half down, going, what? Wait, what?
I like that.
It's Shock TV. Stay tuned next week when another guy with a mullet gets pulled over for speeding.
Wicked.
Rob Lowe's sex scandal. Va 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 voom.
I didn't see Rob Lowe's tape. I wish I had to see how really low Rob was.
These innuendos are just no fun.
If you're Rob Lowe, that's your job. Have sex with hot girls and videotape it.
Rob Lowe didn't do anything that half of us haven't wanted to do or have done or know somebody that has done.
Incredibly good-looking and wealthy guy was boning chicks. That's a shocker?
People were like, that's an outrage. And 80% of the men in the country were going, why did he tape himself?
Oh boy, he videotaped himself having sex. Oh, who doesn't?
I saw Rob Lowe's videotape. It looks like an average porn to me.
Lay your hands on me!
To have kinky sex. Hell yes. Film it. Hell yes. Watch it back. Hell yes. All that. We get caught doing it. No.
It was entertaining to watch, too. Some of the dialogue was very funny, and the girls were totally into it. I was amazed that he didn't wear a rubber.
It just absolutely ruined him, and I sure hope he got a nut.
Don't give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
I don't think Rob Lowe's career was affected at all. Not even one bit.
I'm a human being, and I hurt, and I'm embarrassed. Anybody who videotapes their own sexual acts and either doesn't have that stuff locked up at Fort Knox or doesn't erase the tape gets exactly what they deserve.
Deja video.
If I could turn back time. Oh.
If I could find a way.
That's what she keeps hoping for. Can't do it, though. Time keeps rolling forward.
That was Ace's pal that she got out and showed her buns like that.
Oh.
The hoochie mama like all those guys on board that ship. She knew exactly what she was doing.
It doesn't strike me as sexual. I mean, she's just being patriotic.
This is 1989, so she's 65 years old.
It's like the Pledge of Allegiance.
Sailors hooting and hollering, and she's naked.
Cher has been Cher forever and will always be Cher.
I love 89.
Do the Right Thing was like a seminal film. It was funny, and it was evocative, and it was difficult, and it was challenging.
It starts out, and Rosie does that insane dance.
I found it a little uncomfortable. There was a little bit too much of this stuff going on. It was a little jiggly. I worried for her back health.
I loved Rosie Perez. If you think I'm going to let you get some, put your clothes on.
She wasn't going to take any shit, and she wanted to go somewhere.
Trust me.
Trust you, Mookie, the last time I trusted you.
The last time I trusted you, Mookie, I ended up with soon.
Remember your son?
Mookie was a lovemaker with the ice, if I recall.
Tia, you don't gotta
forehead. You got an 8-head.
Mookie, what is?
It's racial strife in New York on a super hot summer's day in the 80s.
Let me tell you the story of right hand, left hand.
Love, hate, it's a dichotomy.
One hand is always fighting the other hand.
These Italian guys,
Sounds famous.
you know, they have the old Italian pizzeria
Forget about it.
in a predominantly black neighborhood.
You get f***ing pizza.
And Frank Sinatra.
You too, Michael Jackson.
That tension at the time, that really was going on.
Gold chain wearing. Chocolate egg cream sabaran bitch.
Menudo, meet a Puerto Rican sucker. Yeah, you.
Y'all take a chill.
He doesn't let anyone off the hook.
We want the black people on the motherfucking wall of fame now!
Bugging out was bugging out.
My boys and I, we go into a pizza joint. There's no pictures on the wall. We say to the owner, there ain't no brothers on the wall, man.
Here I am. I live in your neighborhood. I work in your neighborhood, but I'm not represented, again, in your neighborhood.
It's like anything, like an argument in life, where you're like, okay, if you're willing to start this chain of events,
Gary, that's enough, man!
if two people are not going to back down, the end result just might end up being a homicide.
It was a crazy flick, yo.
One thing Spike does very well is he does not give you answers.
Are we going to live together?
You don't know what the hell you think.
Together, are we going to live?
There's a little bow on the end, and you come out, damn it, Spike, you're pissing me off.
News break.
The great Madonna uproar broke out late last Thursday when executives of the Pepsi-Cola company, which spent some $5 million to sign the singer as a corporate spokeswoman, got their first look at her new video.
When I see a burning cross, the first thing I think about is not, gee, I need a really cold soda right now. Pepsi has always struck me as a carbonated, syrupy, caffeinated holy water of sorts.
The extreme religious right, when they saw the Madonna video, were up in arms. She just, again, really pushed those buttons when she went into that church environment.
Yeah, burning crosses, not so good. Not because, they don't make good firewood, but because of what they represent.
I wonder who made that decision. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of burning crosses and a black Jesus.
Believe it or not, because I went to parochial school, there was a priest that I wanted to kiss very badly. I just remembered saying, hey, I get it. I'll probably burn in hell, but I get it.
I have the right to make love to a black Jesus statue that comes to life in a church if I want to.
Lots of people were offended by that video. Yeah.
What were they pissed off about? Were they pissed off that Jesus was black, or were they pissed off that Madonna's having sex with Jesus?
I think I was offended by it too.
Madonna got the best of both worlds, not getting overexposed in Pepsi commercials, and she got paid.
I always say that, she can't wear short skirts, so you don't see her large testicles.
I love 89. Coming up, what's a little murder between friends?
I just killed my best friend.
And your worst enemy.
Who was screening the folks in the dog pound anyway?
It's not woo, woo, woo. You're not lassoing anybody.
And someone's bucking for a restraining order.
It's sort of like the movie that made stalking cool.
Next on I Love 1989. But first, this public service announcement.
Many people think you can tell if someone has AIDS just by looking at them, but they're wrong. A person can have AIDS for a long time without showing any symptoms. So protect yourself. Not having sex is one way to avoid AIDS. Staying away from people who shoot drugs is another. If you do have sex, use a condom. It may be the most important thing you ever do.
I'm Tracy Elizabeth Lords, and I bring you the hunks of 1989.
Will this one do?
Batman. Michael Keaton got hot hunk.
Nasty voice.
The Joker. Wait till they get a load of me hunk. Johnny Depp. 21 Jump Street hunk. Mel Gibson. Semi-mullet hunk. And Leonardo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hunk. There they are, the men of 1989. 100% USDA prime hunk.
Hunks of 89.
I
would love to say anything. John Cusack was such a regular guy, romantic.
I'm gonna take out Diane Court again.
Well, that's unlikely.
Say Anything is kind of like one of those impossible love stories.
I'm gonna call her.
Diane Court doesn't go out with guys like you. She's a brain.
Lloyd, John Cusack, is this guy who hasn't really realized his own full self yet.
What are your plans for the future? I don't know. I can't figure it all out tonight, so I'm just gonna hang with your daughter.
But is in love with this almost fully realized person.
I went out with some idiots.
You're going to be part of an international think tank, and he's going to be kicking punching bags. I just think you should break up with him.
Unbelievable.
Give him this pen.
If you're breaking up, why are you going to give someone a parting gift?
Did you just break up with me?
I don't see any point in that.
Take this pen, please, and write me.
We're not gonna have sex, but you can write to me. Okay, I will.
We shared the most intimate thing two people can share.
I shared it with you.
If I got a pen, I'd be like, what? A pen? You get a pen when you go to a bank.
In my heart, she gave me a pen.
However you got to humiliate yourself to get the woman you love back, you know, even if it's just to get her back so you could dump her or whatever.
If I have something so deeply personal that I need to say, that it's impossible to say, I'll let Peter Gabriel do my talking for me.
I tried to do the radio thing once with a girl, and it was like, I'm holding up the radio. Turns out she wasn't home. But her dad was like, get out of here.
I'll stand here all night if I have to.
Now you'd get arrested for that, but back then it was cool.
I wanted somebody to be like that for me until somebody actually did. I invited him up, and then the next morning, all my art was stolen. Steal Anything was the name of my movie.
I think Joan Cusack's arm were a little tired after holding this thing out for so long.
My love is this strong.
But I appreciated every second of it.
There's something incredibly beautiful about a guy doing whatever it takes and making himself as vulnerable and foolish as he has to win the love of somebody that he adores.
Gnarly.
Every night I watched Arsenio. Every night. I loved Arsenio Hall.
That was the show. I mean, freaking President Clinton was smart enough to know to get his tail on there. Everybody was on there.
I really thought he was going to be our next Carson or Letterman type of thing.
He was like the guy for us. We're like, yeah, we finally got one.
He was a horrible interviewer.
Let's see, what else can we talk about?
He would sit there and listen, and you knew he wasn't listening. And it was so absurd.
He'd have anything to say to anybody, but he was cool about it. So you're like, welcome to the show. Hey, yeah, sit on down. Hey, you know, it's good to have. Yeah, you know. And you were like, what?
When Arsenio was going to come on, when the band was playing and the crowd was going crazy, and he'd stand there like this before he walked out,
zoom focus, and he walks out. It was cool.
The whole woo, woo cracked me up.
Oh, the dog pound. He would say some horrible stuff about them, and they'd be like, yes, we have on granny panties. Woo, woo, woo.
But the fun part about that was when you saw the old white Jewish lady, you know, with the woo, 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 woo. It's not woo, woo, woo. You're not lassoing anybody.
Oh, woo, 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 woo. I love that he still gets it. I love that people still remember.
If you can't woo, don't get in the dog section.
Now, let me ask you a question. I noticed Paul is on the show, and...
I remember hearing rumors about Arsenio Hall and Paula Abdul and thinking, oh my God, is it true?
No, they didn't have an affair. They had sex.
Oh, okay. Was it good?
I wasn't there, but...
Come on, George, you know everything.
From what I could imagine, it was good.
He was hitting it. Oh, yeah.
I thought he was great. I think he should still be around today.
I miss Arsenio.
Bring Arsenio back.
Arsenio, if you out there, thank you, man.
Deja video.
Love Shack was just a fun video that you couldn't help but sing along with.
Love Shack!
Oh, man. Love Shack was simply euphemistic for Tool Shed. They were getting together for a Habitat for Humanity project.
That's the quickest way to end a bingo game in Afghanistan. B-52.
After I saw the video for Love Shack, I rented a shack and brought all my friends, and we had orgies nonstop.
I love of 89.
Bobby Brown set it off. 89, Bobby was #1.
My prerogative. I can do what I want to do.
It helped me stand up. You know, somebody was like, you can't do that. That's my prerogative. I can do that. I can do what I want to do. Bobby Brown got my back.
Nobody moved in the 80s like Bobby Brown.
Oh, he was such a dancer. Oh, my gosh.
Someone who can dance the way he danced with, you know, a lot of pelvic gyrations and stuff.
I think I like sprained my ankle one time, like trying to do it. It's like, hey, oh.
If he can do that standing up, he can probably do it well laying down. I would imagine.
Every little step I take. Remember he had the old Gumby off to the side here that was doing this, and he had the, you know, the stripes here, you know, sort of looked like Grace Jones. Oh, excuse me.
And then he had the little cuts right here.
He even started like the writing. Remember when they have like the writing on your head?
You did that?
Yeah, 3.
Oh, he said 3. Which side did you rock him on?
Oh, both sides.
Ah, you was going vanilla ice on him. Oh.
I'm chilling much harder, you all know, cause Bobby Brown was good to go solo.
If you went to go see a Bobby Brown concert, you're going to see this guy do an hour and a half of nonstop dancing, and it was going to be power-packed. He's a poet.
Wicked.
89 was definitely the year I went through my Afrocentric phase. I remember no one at my prep school had a dashiki quite like mine.
Burgundy shirt, kente cloth right here, kente cloth hat, kente cloth shirt, kente cloth tie.
Afrocentric stuff made a big statement. You know, plus they had some cool pockets you could hide stuff in.
Cross colors and Afrocentric clothing was the thing.
That was the beginning of the droopy pants era.
If you didn't own a pair of neon orange cross-colored pants, you were not in.
I thought it was like an Afrocentric statement. I look back at it now in pictures, we literally look like clowns.
Everybody wore the symbol of Africa. Every rapper had the symbol on the hat with the black and the red and the green.
Public Enemy would have like the Africa medallions. And for a minute, the medallion was kind of cool until you could buy it at the flea market for like $1, and then it was played out.
Everyone was talking about Africa, you know, and going home, but nobody got on the plane and went back.
You thought, hey, that's Africa. Let me wear something. Name some of the countries in Africa. You so Africanized.
If you were black in 1989 and you wore Afrocentric clothing, you were trying to get closer to your roots, which is totally cool. If you were white, you were a dork.
It's hysterical. We have, like, you know, John Duke, who lives in Missouri with his nice white family, you know, is wearing baggy dickies.
Black people always say, hey, see, that's ours.
It's like, wait, we've been wearing them for years. You know, go down to Compton, yo.
Hello, Weird Al Yankovic here. Let's take a look at how the world has changed since 1989. Bushes. Then George Herbert Walker Bush. Now W. Justin Timberlake. Then Mouseketeer. Now Michael Jackson. The World Wide Web. Then about 100,000 hosts online. Now, there's only about 36 million websites. And you want to know something even more amazing? Only 35 million of them are porn.
89.
1989 is kind of before the mainstreaming of porn, so we had Baywatch instead.
There was no plot lines of interest. It was pure TNA.
I'm watching Baywatch. I'll be out in a second.
Why do we watch it? Don't be silly.
Huge, beautiful, bouncy movies. Breastises.
Breasticles. Women across the globe were looking at their own bosoms and saying, why don't my boobs jiggle like so?
I think the theme of that show is that beauty comes from within.
I do not want to be stuck out on a boat all day.
Well, and you're going to have to change the suit. How do you not where you eat at that job? Never seen a lifeguard in real life look like Erica Laniak. If I had seen it, I would have faked drowning a lot more often. I need mouth to mouth.
It's hard to fake drowning. Have you ever seen somebody that doesn't know how to swim? They don't sit there and go, help me, I'm drowning. They go, boom,
Johnny, CPR!
In the first episodes, the CPR is a little bit rusty. It's not quite believable.
Breathe!
But after that, I think they really hit their stride.
You're seeing these voluptuous chicks running in slow motion for apparently no reason.
Breasts would still be front and center.
Get out of the water!
Jogging on the beach is very exhausting. It's really difficult to do.
Just do me a favor, huh? Make me look good. You look marvelous.
Baywatch just confused me how Michael Knight could now be, the boss of the beach.
So hairy. When you have, like, people in bathing suits, you don't want to look at hair.
David Hasselhoff. Hassel, leave it on.
It promotes tremendous American ideals. Saving people, sacrifice, great asses.
It doesn't have to be a plot line. It doesn't have to be a storyline. It doesn't have to be anything.
In a phrase, Baywatch, boob watch.
Deja video.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Tyler. Going down?
I was a lit major, so I know that when she said going down, not only was she talking about the elevator going down, she was also implying that she might on the man's penis.
Hey, if you saw the video and you don't get it, then you don't deserve to have it explained to you. I think I've been close to having sex in an elevator, but never quite made it there.
The mannequins would turn into women, and then they turn back into mannequins, and so they would sneak off with them, knowing full well that later on they would turn back into women.
Go home tonight and have sex in an elevator. It's fun.
I love 89.
Greetings and salutations.
I loved Heather. That was kind of the anthem for teens that were a little bit on the outskirts.
Heather, why can't we talk to different kinds of people?
The girls were all named Heather. Then they started killing themselves. Is that it?
The whole idea of the cliques, I mean, that was the first time that had really been skewered.
I wanted to be a member of the most powerful clique in school.
Winona never looked better than in Heather's, really. She was so dark and hot.
Dear Diary, I want to kill, and you have to believe it's for more than just selfish reasons. More than just a spoke in my menstrual cycle.
Winona Ryder, very hot, and I'm hoping I'm next on the list of actors that she dates. Winona, come on.
Heathers is a sort of charming tale about a kid who's going to blow up a school.
Christian Slater. That's all I can say. Christian Slater.
Doesn't this cafeteria have a no allowed rule?
A lot of the kids in the country united at that moment of like, death to the jocks. I was on the golf team for a year, so being a jock myself, it was difficult for me to comprehend that scene, and I was like, well, why would you kill us?
Christian Slater was crazy in that movie, right?
Didn't say Simon Says.
The scenes between Winona Ryder and Christian Slater are incredible.
Heather Chandler is one bitch that deserves to die.
One Heather drinks the liquid poison, and then she collapses through the glass table. It's a brilliant death scene.
Corn nuts! Corn nuts!
I loved corn nuts, actually.
I just killed my best friend.
And your worst enemy.
Same difference.
I was like, okay, so they're a little murderous. They'll work through it. They're teenagers.
Me gently with the chainsaw.
That movie created its own sort of vocabulary.
Real life sucks losers dry.
If you want to the Eagles, you have to learn to fly.
What is your damage, Heather?
Oh, Heather.
I love the line, I love my dead gay son.
I love my dead gay son.
I love my dead gay son.
Very, very funny stuff. Everybody loves kids and violence.
After they go on the whole killing spree, she lights the cigarette at the end of the movie, then he's going to blow himself up. I was like, no, just kiss and make up and get on with it. I wanted to see the killers back together. I think it's the Bonnie and Clyde in me, you know.
No movie stands the test of time better than Heather's.
Wicked.
Everybody likes Saved by the Bell. Kids running around, getting into trouble.
It was just so irritating to watch.
I watched Saved by the Bell.
Mm-hmm. It just seemed like a really C-rate show.
It's a launching pad for so many great talents.
A good-looking dark-haired kid.
Slater.
Good-looking girl.
Jesse.
Good-looking blonde kid.
Zach.
The other good-looking girl.
Kelly.
You have your Screech.
Screech.
And then your other good-looking girl.
Lisa.
You have your principal.
Mr. Belding, of course.
I'm the big bopper around here.
I loved playing Mr. Bell.
That's a recipe for success.
Zach was definitely the hottest.
Skip the date and start with a goodnight kiss.
Like he was really talking to you.
I like Lisa. That was my sister.
And Kelly.
I mean, I'd love to be partners with both of you.
Why not to be a slut on Beverly Hills 90210?
Kelly Kapowski and A.C. Slater.
There's no clear indication of A.C. Slater's sexual orientation in Saved by the Bell.
Slater was the thing for Saved by the Bell.
Thank you.
We see early indications of Elizabeth Berkley's penchant for stripping.
Awesome.
She went out to be a slut in some other movies. They were the good-looking kids in the school, and then there was Screech.
Come on, Screech, cheer up.
He was the geek. I remember that.
Now you're just trying to look stud-like anymore.
He was one of those nerdy outcasts, but yet in the Saved by the Bell world, every clique hangs out together.
Why were they friends with him? We're the really popular, good-looking kids in school. Let's hang out with Screech.
It was nice that they fit Screech in with all of their cool friends.
Does it say that they're good-hearted and they want to befriend the weird misfit? Or does it say they're sadistic?
My horoscope says we're destined to dance together.
My horoscope says, beware of dorks.
Arrivederci, dorky.
That's one of those shows that you love to watch, but you didn't really want to admit it to anyone.
I love 89.
And we go a little something like this. Hit it.
Don't Walk with the Funky Cold Medina was just one of those cool songs.
Funky Cold Medina.
And the guy who had that cool voice.
It wasn't like cool Barry White deep. It was like Barry White got a frog in his throat deep.
It's making me feel like I may be able to have a career again someday.
Said I can't get no satisfaction. If you got a deep, sexy voice like that, I kind of like tone.
Shit, I'm looking deaf. Yo, what's up with LOC?
Funky Cold Medina always sounded to me like an illness.
The Funky Cold Medina is like a drink, an underground drink that gets you in the mood for the wild thing. Why you so fly, except Funky Cold Medina?
Terribly sorry, Mr. Johnson, but you have Funky Cold Medina. Oh, no, doctor, no.
Funky Cold Medina.
Does anyone know where you can actually buy some of that Funky Cold Medina?
No!
Pick up a six-pack of that. And you're set for the night, man.
Can I have an operation? No. Funky Cold Medina is inoperable.
Goodness. I never even thought of that.
I love 89.
Coming up, it's the end of the 80s as we knew them, and Berlin feels fine.
The Wall Coming Down was about freedom.
I've been looking for freedom.
Next on I Love 1989. But first, Mr. and Ms. 1989.
It's the Dice Man with the moment you've all been waiting for. Time to name Mr. and Ms. 1989. Whoop-de-friggin' do, eh? He faked the vocals on 3 #1 singles with Milli Vanilli. She faked an orgasm in the deli scene with Harry Met Sally. But then again, if you were with the guy in with Harry Met Sally, you would fake it too. Fab Morvan and Meg Ryan. Mr. and Ms. 1989. We got another one we could do here.
Mr. and Mrs. 89.
I'm Soleil Moonfry. Here's a look at some of 1989's very special births. Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe, Hole, Hootie and the Blowfish, Lil Romeo, and American Gladiators. There it is, the miracle of life, 80s style.
Born in 89.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Berlin Wall Coming Down was just a huge event in 89.
I was driving to Berlin when we got a call that we might have to turn around because there was trouble on the wall.
There's this riot or something going on down at the wall, and these people have got these chisels out and they're banging away on the wall.
The Soviet Union was bankrupt. They were going to recycle the concrete, make some money that way.
My buddy gets up and he starts like dancing on top of the wall, and the soldiers are all, get down or people shoot you, and everybody's going, okay, shoot me.
When I woke up the next morning, my bus was in line with 1 million East German cars going into West Berlin, because that night they had taken the wall down.
The wall coming down was about freedom.
I've been looking for freedom.
I remember David Hasselhoff playing at the Berlin Wall coming down thing.
It was a dream to come here, to see all these people, and to see that freedom has actually come true. I just came to say thank you, and it's quite an honor to be here.
Well, any student of geopolitics can tell you that David Hasselhoff is the reason that the wall came down. People in East Berlin were unable to get Baywatch on their cable system.
I have a little souvenir. It's a piece of the wall specially broken for you. Dankeschön.
Who better to speak for the hopes of millions than Hasselhoff?
The feeling is so electric and so positive.
David Hasselhoff is huge in Germany.
Singing anthems, shaking his ass, talking to cars.
What the f*** is wrong with German people?
All these years, and then it was over.
Just knew it meant freedom and a new lease on life.
If I were a kid living in East Germany and I could have access to all that existed in the capitalist world, the first thing I would buy be
McDonald's.
First Velvet Underground record. Decent pair of kicks and a new wave haircut.
All the music that I wasn't allowed to hear.
The freedom of finally being able to just buy it from the guy that you always bought it from, but legally, that was the big change.
Give me that new Scorpions album, and I buy it right out in front of everyone.
And then I would have gone and hit on West German chicks.
To be a personal witness to this, it was just the most incredible moment.
I just happened to be there, and it's one of the most amazing times of my life.
I had the excitement, like, yes, oh my God, this is happening and it's my generation, how cool. And then there was that sense of, oh my God, now what happens?
I love 89.